When I first saw this Mustang, I honestly thought it was too far gone. Dust hanging in the air, rust eating through the metal, tires melted into the dirt floor of that old barn. A 1967 Ford Mustang Fastback. Forgotten. And yet, even in its worst state, it still had presence. Have you ever looked at something broken and just felt that it deserved another chance? Tell me in the comments, would you have walked away from this one? The barn was quiet, the kind of quiet that makes you hear your own breathing. Under all that decay, I could still see the lines, the fastback curve, the long hood, the promise. I remember being a kid, watching a neighbor restore his old muscle car, the smell of oil, the sound of tools clicking late into the night. That's where this passion started for me. Cars aren't just machines, they're time capsules. And this one, it had stories trapped inside every dent. The inspection confirmed our fears. Rust in the panels, dead engine, interior torn apart by time. But the frame, the bones, they were still strong. $300. That was the deal. Some people laughed when they heard the price, but sometimes the cheapest cars carry the most expensive lessons. Would you have paid $300 for this? Be honest. Getting it out of that barn felt like awakening something from a long sleep. The tires barely rolled, the body creaked. At the garage, under bright lights, the real work began. And this is where most people quit, because transformation isn't glamorous at first. It's messy. The first wash, layers of dirt sliding off like years being erased, foam covering the scars, water revealing the truth underneath. And there's something deeply satisfying about that moment, when the original color starts whispering through the grime. If you're enjoying this kind of restoration journey, take a second and hit like. It really helps these stories reach more people who love cars as much as we do. Then came the teardown. Bumpers off, hood removed, the engine lifted out, heavy and silent. Piece by piece, the Mustang was stripped to bare metal, no hiding anymore. Grinding away rust is loud, aggressive, sparks flying like tiny fireworks. But underneath that violence, there's healing. Restoration is strange like that. You have to remove the damage before you can rebuild strength. Sanding smoothed the scars. Dents were slowly persuaded back into shape, not forced, guided. Primer covered the body in soft gray. For the first time, it looked unified again, whole. This is the stage I love most. It's the turning point, the moment where you can finally see the future. If you've made it this far with us, consider subscribing. We're just getting started, and the best part is still ahead. Then the color went on. Deep, glossy, black like midnight. Layer after layer, the reflection sharpened. Under the lights, the Mustang didn't look abandoned anymore. It looked dangerous, like it remembered who it used to be. The engine rebuild was careful work. Clean parts, polished metal. Every bolt tightened with intention. When we lowered it back into the bay, it felt like placing a heart back inside a body. Suspension refreshed, brakes replaced, chrome shining again. Inside, new seats, fresh stitching, a dashboard that finally breathed again. Polishing day is quiet, just soft humming and steady hands, the paint turning into a mirror. You can almost see the barn in that reflection now, but it doesn't belong there anymore. And then, the moment that decides everything. The first engine start. A pause. A breath. The key turns, and it roars. Not a weak cough, not a tired sputter, a full, confident roar. That sound, that's why we do this. Did you feel that? Let me know in the comments if that gave you chills too. On the road, it moved like it never been forgotten. Smooth, strong, alive. From a $300 barn find to a showroom monster. Offers started coming in fast, way beyond what anyone expected. That's the beauty of vision, when you see value where others see scrap. But here's the truth. It was never just about profit. It was about proving that patience beats neglect, that effort beats rust. Cars like this remind us that second chances are powerful. If you love watching lost machines come back to life, subscribe and stay with us. There are many more stories waiting in dusty corners. And speaking of dusty corners, the next project we found, let's just say it makes this Mustang look easy. You won't believe what's hiding under that tarp. I'll see you in the next one.